Please be warned. The story you are about to hear is 100% true. In fact, there's evidence that suggests it's been blatantly ignored by the multi-billion-dollar diabetes industry for the past 17 years. Even as we speak, there is vested interest in keeping this information buried. In fact, I fully expect this to be taken down at any time. This video is now the only testament of the people who have already used this method to revoke their type 2 diabetes and regain their life back. Klaus Springfield, 54, from Florida. This is the greatest invention in the medical world. I was shocked to see my blood sugar levels going lower by the day, and now I can easily keep it under control without even monitoring as I used to. It freed me from this debilitating nightmare, a feeling I never thought I'd have again. Mick Jones, 57, from Oklahoma. I left my doctor speechless. I went and gave him a piece of my mind about the treatments he's been shoving down my throat for type 2, and his face went red with shame. He knew type 2 was reversible naturally and didn't say a word. And now my blood sugar is back to normal. I can't thank you enough. Charlie Shawsman, 49, from Michigan. I've been a type 2 diabetic for the past 11 years, and I've been spending more on blood tests, glucose monitors, and test strips than I've spent on my son's college. I was terrified that I soon wouldn't be able to afford the treatment, and then I discovered I didn't even need it in the first place. I'm sorry I wasted so much money, but I'm so grateful I found this formula. It literally saved my life. These honest people wanted to make sure their voices are heard above the shady pharma conglomerates that mercilessly prey on the innocent. Unfortunately, we don't have the same million-dollar budget as them to support massive marketing campaigns. So please, watch this presentation now because it may be your last chance to discover the little-known anti-type 2 diabetes formula that will destroy the $350 billion industry and could save millions of lives from all corners of the earth. The number one deadly mistake you're making right now that could burden you with type 2 diabetes for the rest of your days and shorten your life by up to 11 years. How a simple morning trigger can lower your blood sugar to healthy levels and restore your body's natural ability to control it in just a matter of weeks. Plus, all the peer review studies that prove this completely works. So let me ask you this. Are you ready to have the freedom to eat whatever you want and do whatever you want, worry-free, knowing that your body controls your blood sugar naturally? Then hear this message from the one man who made it all possible. Hi, my name is Dr. Thomas Sully. Today, it's safe to say that I'm Big Pharma's most hated man. If you or one of your loved ones have type 2 diabetes, you've just stumbled upon the only clinically proven solution that addresses the root cause of this terrible disease. A safe and effective morning trigger that naturally lowers your blood sugar, helps your body regain its natural capability to control it to healthy levels, and revokes your type 2 diabetes in a matter of weeks. All this without having to take dangerous drugs, constantly watch what you eat and drink, and without paying a single visit to your doctor. Because, as you'll see in a moment, all these artificial ways of controlling your blood sugar are not only unnecessary, but harmful for your entire health. You see, 2 years ago, I developed the safest and quickest way to lower your blood sugar naturally. Ever since then, I've been receiving constant threats from the top pharmaceutical companies to take this formula down. In fact, this is the 4th time I'm uploading this video. When my team and I created this method, we only had one thing in mind. You, the one who's been struggling with type 2 diabetes and needs to eliminate it naturally without dealing with toxic drugs and vicious side effects. I knew from the very beginning it would be a real battle against the popular type 2 diabetes drugs on the market that bring medical companies hundreds of thousands of new, desperate customers every year. That's how they call you a desperate customer. And I should know this very well because a while ago, I used to work for them. I decided to quit when I realized the shady practices they've been forcing on millions of innocent men and women, and how they were blatantly suppressing any doctor who dared to look for alternative solutions. In 2001, Dr. Denise Faustman, one of the most renowned researchers in America, found a vaccine for type 2 diabetes that could have saved millions of lives. For the past 19 years, she's been waiting for approval to perform more clinical tests that are essential for developing this miraculous solution. Recently, she had the courage to speak out and point the finger at the powerful medical companies responsible for stalling her work to no end. They've been sabotaging her for years just to hold on to their insane profits, while people kept dropping dead in hospital beds. Next thing you know, Dr. Faustman is accused of lying by her very own colleagues, who've later been proven to work closely with the same medical company she dared to expose. Up to this day, she hasn't received approval to take her discovery to the next level, and her tremendous breakthrough lies buried in a lab instead of saving lives. And she's not the only one in this miserable situation. Not too long ago, the renowned professor Irving Weissman developed a stem cell treatment for type 2 diabetes that could have saved millions of lives. Yet the pharmaceutical companies weren't too interested in his work. They blatantly refused to fund any of his clinical trials, leaving him no other choice than to abandon his amazing discovery. And I should know because Big Pharma has been doing the same thing to me, trying to destroy my lifetime work because it didn't generate enough money for them, even though their products should all come with a black box side effects warning. And while the FDA tried to warn about the safety of some products that are now being rapidly pushed by them on the market, it wasn't enough for people to realize how dangerous these drugs actually are. Vomiting, gruesome headaches, vertigo, unbearable stomach pains. These are just the mild side effects. On March 14th of 2013, FDA issued a safety warning on Victoza and Byetta, associated with risks of premature death and pancreatitis. And yet, both of these drugs are still on the market, and doctors are still prescribing them like nothing more than candy. Now, if you're wondering why your doctor would do that, when he obviously knows the dangers behind these drugs, then you should know that each and every year, all the big pharmaceutical companies are paying outrageous amounts of money to doctors, convincing them to prescribe these meds to their patients. Just take a look at how many of them are being legally bribed to take this deal. Sadly, these corporations are now the puppet masters of the entire medical world. But what they don't even imagine in their infinite arrogance is that one puppet might cut its own strings and escape the death trap they've thrown us all in. As you may have guessed, today, that puppet is me. Because after years of hard work and constant threats, I finally discovered a safe, natural, and inexpensive solution for type 2 diabetes that doesn't need any approval from anyone ever. It's been shown by over 119,000 men and women from all walks of life to be 100% effective against type 2 diabetes. You can easily do this morning trigger without a single visit to your doctor. Soon, your blood sugar levels will drop to almost perfection, so you can finally get your life back. Now, don't get me wrong, getting this formula to work wasn't easy at all. It took me over 2 years and thousands of tests to make this happen. If you have type 2 diabetes, you may already know that you've developed it because your pancreas doesn't function properly. Perhaps your doctor explained to you that your pancreas was supposed to produce insulin to keep your blood sugar in normal range, but now this process is faulty. Either your pancreas isn't producing enough insulin, or you have developed something called insulin resistance, which means your body perceives much less insulin than it's actually produced. Both of these problems inevitably lead to the same result. Your pancreas can't keep blood sugar under control, which causes type 2 diabetes to settle in. At first, your body still makes insulin, but as time goes by, your pancreas produces less and less every day, making it almost impossible to keep blood sugar in the normal range. Once this happens, the nightmare begins. First, it slowly attacks your eyes. It starts with blurry vision, flashes of light. You start seeing dark objects moving around your field of vision and eventually leads to severe vision loss. Then, it affects your feet and skin. You start losing your ability of feeling in your feet and skin, which means that you can get injured and don't even know it. And then, in the final stage, your entire body collapses under the damage that type 2 diabetes causes. One stroke could be fatal. Kidneys start to fail, your stomach can't digest food anymore, and you even risk leg amputation. And it's all due to one single cause, your pancreas's inability of keeping blood sugar under control. But the worst thing is that while your doctor is feeding you drugs, your pancreas keeps getting sicker and sicker until it breaks down completely. So you end up with only two choices. Either you accept your fate and become an insulin addict for the rest of your life, or start looking for an alternative solution that can help your pancreas keep blood sugar at normal levels. If you're watching this right now, then you probably don't accept being treated like a lab rat, and you already chose the second option. Luckily, you won't have to go through the nearly impossible mission of finding a natural cure yourself, because as you'll see in a minute, the solution was under your nose all this time. A few years ago, a team of scientists from the Diabetes Center at Cleveland Clinic noticed a strange thing strongly related to the root cause of type 2 diabetes. Almost all their overweight patients who got stomach reduction surgery would almost instantly have their blood sugar levels drop to perfection. Now, all of that would be just fine since it's well known that type 2 diabetes is connected with excessive weight, only that for these people, it happened immediately after surgery, before they lost any weight. Their blood sugar levels got back to normal in less than 24 hours. It happened to hundreds of people right before they were even released from the hospital. This was a medical breakthrough that should have made the first page, but the problem was nobody had any clue to how this happened. There have been plenty of theories regarding this discovery ever since, and they all revolved around the surgery itself, how it directly affected insulin production, how it changed the relationship between the digestive system and the pancreas, and most important, why a surgery that has nothing to do with the pancreas would literally force it to regenerate and revoke type 2 diabetes. It was both intriguing and frustrating that no one had come up with an answer. Or maybe they figured it out, but lacked the resources to make it public. Well, I knew the answer was right there under my nose, just waiting to be uncovered. So I gathered all the studies I could find from the past 8 years and went through each and every one of them, word by word. It was excruciating work, but eventually gave me a better idea of why this might be happening. Every one of these studies had different points of view, different methods, and even different conclusions. But they all had one thing in common: the mysterious connection between hormones produced by the digestive system and the ones produced by the pancreas, including insulin. You see, the digestive system is the biggest endocrine gland in the human body. This means it constantly secretes a huge amount of hormones in your system. Hormones are like messengers in your body that give orders to your cells to do particular things. Basically, they help your body function properly. But what scientists have only recently discovered is that these hormones interact directly with the insulin your pancreas produces. And even more, they may inhibit insulin from being secreted or make your body insulin resistant, both of which lead to type 2 diabetes. This major discovery finally explains why patients who go through stomach reduction surgery revoke their type 2 diabetes. It's not about losing weight, but about changing the way digestive hormones interact with insulin production. Now, here's the thing. Stomach reduction surgery is an extremely invasive method that should be avoided at all costs. Your entire digestive system is sliced and knotted in such unnatural ways that it can take months to recover and get used to your new pocket-sized stomach. That's why when I realized the key to naturally revoke type 2 diabetes lies in changing the way hormones interact with your body, I knew exactly what I needed to find. I had to research the nutrients, minerals, vitamins, and enzymes that could regulate the hormonal system and stimulate the pancreas to produce more insulin at the precisely right moments. I knew from the very beginning I had a long, tedious process to follow. I discovered over 64 different ingredients that interact with your body on a hormonal level, each of them found in tens of different foods in different quantities and with different effects, which meant that I had to test all the combinations and possibilities until I found the one mix of ingredients in perfect quantities that could lower blood sugar almost overnight. It was an excruciating job. After months of hard work, here's what ingredients we found to be 100% effective to lower your blood sugar levels and help your body maintain it at healthy levels. Guggle, also known as Camphora muckle, has been widely used in Asian herbal medicine to lower blood sugar levels and fight type 2 diabetes. It also reduces cholesterol levels, improves natural production of insulin by protecting the beta cells of the pancreas, reduces hypertension, and supports your body to maintain healthy blood sugar levels. Bitter melon is linked to lowering the body's blood sugar. This is because the bitter melon has properties that act like insulin, which helps bring glucose into the cells for energy. Licorice root, the raw material for licorice candy, contains substances with an anti-diabetic effect. These molecules reduce blood sugar and possess anti-inflammatory properties. Banaba, another Asian amazing plant with extremely powerful benefits. In addition to lowering blood sugar levels, banaba leaves are a strong antioxidant which helps with cholesterol, weight gain, and can protect against kidney damage. Gymnema sylvestre, an amazing shrub found in the tropical forests of Asia and Australia, which helps reduce sugar cravings, helps to reduce blood sugar levels, and helps with improving cholesterol levels. And the list went on for another 9 ingredients, all with the same detoxifying and insulin resistance repairing superpowers. Now, the production of hormones in the digestive system is so powerful that it can cause a major hormonal imbalance in the entire body in just a matter of hours, which means the effects of my formula could have been affected by a strong wave of hormones coming from the digestive system. So what I needed was a stabilizer for the formula, an element that could keep the effects at maximum power while taming down the digestive system. The problem was the digestive system uses food for its hormonal production, so it couldn't be part of the diet. It had to be something complementary. So we added vitamin C, vitamin E, biotin, magnesium, and zinc. This was truly a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Now, although our research was done, one question remained to be answered. How can we combine these foods in a practical manner so that it doesn't generate huge costs for people? We made a quick calculation, and the amounts they'd have to pay if they have to source the ingredients themselves were over $500 per week. We needed a way to extract these powerful ingredients and put them into a practical form which would make it easier to collect, store, and consume. So we worked for an FDA-approved and GMP, or Good Manufacturing Practices, certified facility to combine these incredible nutrients into an easy-to-swallow, all-natural capsule that anyone can take at home. We called it Diabacore, the only 100% natural blend that addresses the root cause of your high blood sugar, fixing your body's hormonal imbalance. We only produce Diabacore in our FDA-approved facility using the latest technology and equipment. Every capsule of Diabacore is non-GMO and safe. This protocol is very easy to follow and is also diabetic-friendly. It does not require any restrictive diet or starving yourself. In fact, you can continue eating your favorite foods. Here's what Brittany Lawrence wrote us a few weeks into her program. "You were right. My blood sugar levels have been generally steady at 140 for the past 14 days. I cheated the program twice though, but surprisingly it still didn't go beyond 160 like I expected. I almost can't believe it can be so easy to keep blood sugar under 120. And Cameron David, a 45-year-old patient who was considering bariatric surgery, told us, "My doctor freaked out today when I showed him my tests, and I enjoyed it to the fullest. Best feeling ever. 123, baby." And here's one from Dr. Taylor Black, one of my former colleagues who developed type 2 diabetes at age 38. "I'm thanking you as a patient and as a doctor for making this miracle happen. It's the simplest, most intuitive medical program I've ever seen in my life, and I'm confident it will save millions of people. You're my hero, Thomas." These are just a few of the people who have followed this program and revoked their type 2 diabetes in a matter of weeks, without any surgery, pills, or injections. They simply followed a special diet that took me over 2 years to come up with and can revoke your type 2 diabetes in no time. This formula restarts your full body hormonal system, putting every piece of the puzzle back into its place so your pancreas can restart its normal insulin production, like your type 2 diabetes was never even there to start with. Now, let me ask you this. How much is it worth to you to never again have to hurt yourself with a finger prick? To never have to follow insane diets or starve yourself until you pass out? To be able to live a guilt-free life knowing that you'll never again feel like a burden to your loved ones? And to not have to worry about all the life-threatening side effects of this disease. Just imagine this for a second. How much would you pay for all that? Many people would pay everything they've got just to get their young, strong, and healthy body back. I'd do it myself in a split second. And by the way, did you know that lifetime care costs for type 2 diabetics are up to $130,000? And the worst part is, people pay that much just to manage their condition, with no hope of ever treating it. So let me ask you again. How much would you pay for the real solution to escape from type 2 diabetes? $5,000? $10,000? Personally, I would pay more. Any sane person would. I feel that when it comes to your health, happiness, and peace of mind, no cost is ever too high. My friends recommended to me to sell a 30-day supply of Diabacore for $997. Even my wife told me that I should charge at least $497 for such a powerful formula. But even though this formula already helped over 119,000 lucky men and women who would happily pay triple the price for seeing the benefits on themselves, I have no intention of charging you that much. If this was about the money, I would already be rich. And you know something? I've been in your shoes. And what I've learned from this long and painful journey is that without your health and well-being, everything else just fades away. And you can't put a price tag on that. So I'm not going to ask you for those insane amounts. I think everyone deserves a life where they can break free from Big Pharma's greedy hands. That's why today you finally have the chance to escape this debilitating nightmare and free yourself from type 2 diabetes for just $69. And here's something very important. Because I've seen how it feels like to be at the end of the rope, desperate and completely powerless facing this terrible disease, our manufacturing partner agreed to set up a discounted package system of 6 bottles for just $49 per bottle, plus free shipping when you secure your order today. But you have to hurry up. Due to recent difficulties we've been having in sourcing these powerful ingredients, we can only produce Diabacore in 3-month batches. This means that once we run out of supply, you'll have to wait another 3 months. And the buy button will automatically disappear from this website. So click on the 3 bottles package or any other package you want and make sure you regain control of your health. Allow yourself to do this small and powerful investment today and see how good your life gets as soon as your package arrives. Do it for your loved ones. for your children and grandchildren, and for the pleasure of spending just another moment with them. You can try Diabacore, and you get 60 days to tell us if you're satisfied with the formula, or we'll give you all your money back. In almost no time, you should notice your blood sugar levels going down like never before. Then, in just a few weeks, your blood sugar will drop to almost perfect levels. And in the unlikely case that you won't be absolutely ecstatic about your results, please write me an email and I will give you all your money back to the last cent. Does this sound good to you? Look below this video now. Make the right choice for you and your loved ones, and choose the package below immediately. Once you order, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page. Then fill in your payment details using a credit card or debit card. Shortly after you fill in your information and confirm your order, your package of Diabacore will be shipped to your doorstep. And remember, with every order you place today, you get free shipping. Just imagine what your life will be like in less than a few weeks. You wake up in the morning feeling relaxed and rested. There's no need to worry about your blood sugar and rush to take the same old test every single time, praying to God this time you can eat normal food at least for one day. Imagine doing anything you want anytime you want without having to stress out about sticking needles in your body at the worst times possible, and feeling ashamed, excusing yourself at a family dinner or during an important meeting. Picture having at least an extra $1,000 at the end of the month to spend any way you want or to save it for retirement. And most important, imagine that right now you can say a loud no to a life of suffering and addiction to toxic drugs that make you feel even sicker. Why condemn yourself to a life of injections, of popping pills that make you go through unbearable headaches and stomach pains, that give you ulcers, kidney and liver failure, hormonal dysfunction, and even thyroid tumors? And all of this, for what? So you can watch yourself lose control over your senses, go blind and deaf, risk a heart failure or an amputation? Think about it. Do you really want your kids to see their parents in agonizing pain, struggling with this awful disease, trying not to sink into depression? Is that really the life you choose when you have the quickest natural way to revoke your type 2 diabetes just one click away? When you can get your hands on this method that has helped many other people so far? A method safer than any other treatment you're using right now, and so much cheaper even than your monthly stock of insulin and prescription drugs. Just think of the money you can save. This is a one-time payment that you can choose, instead of a never-ending list of thousands of dollars worth of injectables and toxic pills that do more harm than good. And even on this one-time tiny price, you get a 60-day money-back guarantee that protects your investment 24/7. There is no risk for you. You can revoke your type 2 diabetes and get back the life that you deserve to live and become the person your family used to love more than anything. This brand new type 2 diabetes-free life is right here, just one click away. So go ahead, click the Add to Cart button now, and I'll see you on the other side with a very special announcement. Still here? I'm glad you're thinking this through. I highly appreciate people who want to make an informed decision. So let me make it easier for you and recap the most important things you need to know about this program. So what makes this formula so different from any other treatment or solution on the market? First of all, it's an amazing natural method that can help you break free from type 2 diabetes. Secondly, this solution doesn't just fix the symptoms for a very short period of time, like insulin injections or oral drugs do. This simple method goes straight to the root of the problem and rebalances the entire system, so your blood sugar levels drop naturally in a safe, organic way. Why haven't I heard of this before? Unfortunately, I don't have the resources that big pharma companies invest in their products. Even now, there is a vested interest in keeping this formula off the internet, so make sure you try this while you can. How can I be sure it will work for me? Many other people have already tried this formula, and we've got clients from all around the world using it every single day. All you need to do is try the formula for yourself, starting today, and get your life back. Why do you say this is a risk-free solution again? When you order this natural formula today, you are getting a 60-day money-back guarantee that protects your investment 24/7. If you're not completely happy with the results, just send me an email for an immediate full refund. You can even keep the program and try it out again if you want, or share it with a friend. It's yours forever, no questions asked, no hassle. Will my doctor approve of this method? We have found that nearly every doctor we show this course to is very enthusiastic about it. We do suggest, however, that you check with your own doctor before you begin the program. I'm interested, what happens next? After you select your package and hit the button below, you will be instantly redirected to a secure order page where you have to enter your information. Then we ship Diabacore directly to your door. And after you've successfully tried the formula and felt the amazing results, I look forward to hearing all about your new life.